I'm Nate Cohn. I'm the director of Roger Ebert's Film Festival. And we invited Patton Oswalt to come to the festival a couple years ago. And he said he would come on one condition, and that would be that in addition to the film at the festival, that he could show a film of his choosing to students at the university. So he wasn't able to make it that year, but he's here this year. So, and I think you're mostly students. So let's welcome Patton Oswalt.
Thanks, Nate. Oh, that was weird. He gave me the mic and said, "Follow that, asshole." That was weird. Nate was weirdly aggressive. Okay. Thank you guys so much for coming out on a Tuesday night. There's so many. I looked at the bulletin board in the Illinois Union. There's so much happening tonight. There's a paper mache thing going on. There's apparently there's a bird is on the quad or something that you can go look at, and yet you came here. Thank you so much. I'm going to make this. Who here has never seen the original Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3? Oh, okay, great. This is when they really knew how to make not action movies, but suspense movies. Not that there isn't a lot of action. There's a lot of action in this movie, but it is so ridiculously suspenseful, mainly because, as you'll see, and they didn't pick up on what this movie laid down for filmmakers, in my opinion, until they made Die Hard in 1988, which is the villain, played by Robert Shaw from Quint from Jaws, is so frightening, and on top of it, he is 8 steps ahead of everyone, just like Hans Gruber in Die Hard. And the guy, the hero who has to take him down is so incompetent and not up to the task. As you'll see in Mathau's opening scene, he maybe has the most embarrassing intro for a movie hero you'll ever see. And it wasn't until Die Hard when Bruce Willis, who I know he's very buff, but if you watch Die Hard, you'll notice it was very shocking at the time for the hero to immediately, the first things he does is he calls the cops and then the fire department. Like, he does anything he can not to be involved in the action movie that he's the hero of, which is very real. And Mathau too, and also this is a great portrait of what New York City was in the early 70s, which is everyone is so annoyed and so over it when the crisis comes down. People's reactions are not like, oh my God, we've got to rally and do this. Everyone's reaction is literally like, are you, what? Especially watch how the mayor deals with the situation. It is so funny and probably pretty real as far as how mayors handle it. I'll come out afterwards. I'll talk very briefly, and I'll take some questions. I called Jerry Stiller this week and asked him a lot of questions about. Jerry Stiller is in this movie. It's fantastic. I will tell you, all of his lines of dialogue were all improvised. They were not in the script, and Mathau just said, say whatever you want. And almost everything he said ends up in the movie. And again, it has that same New York City, I could not give less of a shit about what's happening right now. Is there any way I could not be involved in this amazing event that's going down? So enjoy. This is a New York that doesn't exist anymore. Thank God, because this is the grimiest, most horrible-looking city you will. And they just filmed it right on the street and in the subway. Ugh, you will all want a bath after this movie. So enjoy the Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.